The consortium announced along the Adepticon 2024, the 21 March 2024, the releasing for the next month, and there are some important ones in this releasing. I remember you that I'll bring you in the description also the link to such article that it's a summary about all the releasing, and I'll make in this video the focus about the different releasing that has been brought so that we can make a better understanding about everything. So the first important thing that we can see is that has been announced the new edition about Warhammer Age of Sigmar, the 4.0. We have seen some leaking in the previous month that it was related about Skaven against Stormcast Titanos, and it's confirmed. And so we see a bit better in the focus and in the next month, because it will be, I can say, explained much better later. Then we have about the 6th book of the Dawbringer Crusade, Hounds of Chaos. And I want to remember you that it will be released the 22 March, the 5th book to buy, so the Shadow of the Crown. So okay, we at least know, and it's really quite interesting anyway. We have also the DARS for the old world, and I know a lot of people that will go crazy because they love the DARS themselves. They have about the Warhammer Underworld with the Fresh Eater Curse against the City of Sigmar with the Cult of Umberogen, and it's really quite interesting. Then we have something that I was really waiting for, and not for Warcry itself, but because there is the Osser Reaper against the Sylvanet, and the Osser Reaper are really quite amazing. They have the important thing about Warhammer 40k, because there is the Chaos Space Marine Codex with new miniatures about the Space Marines of Chaos. So it's quite intriguing, and for the ones that love such type of army, it's really quite intriguing. They have about Kill Team, that it's about the League of Wotan against the Cult of Generaptor. And if you remember about what is the relationship of the League of Wotan against the Tyranids, I think that it's really quite charismatic and off the ground, this part. And then we have something strange, because has been released also something related about the Horus Heresy and Necromunda, but it's not brought any news. So there is some trailer, but you can't understand really completely about such things. So we see, I think, in the next ones. Okay, you take note and we'll see, because we can understand maybe something, but it's not completely understandable what it's brought. So we'll see anyway about. So now we can go to see about the focuses. And so has been announced the new edition, the 4.0 edition for Age of Sigmar. And has been announced that it will be the revamp of the rules, so all the previous battletome will be outdated, but not worry, because has been announced that they will be publishing also the PDF free to use for all the armies with the renewing of things, so not worry about this. And here we have also the cinematic trailer that I suggest you to go to see, because it's amazing about the trailer related about the animated to present such edition, because it's really quite amazing. But there is also a part of the interview that announced with some of the authors about such edition, about a lot of changes that has been brought, that are really quite a lot. And so we had that about the history. We have the Skaven that are going to have a Vermin Doom, so invading in the realm of Akshi with the Blessed City in the realm of fire. So it's really quite intriguing, because we have also that the Green or Rat has been announced technically as the fifth member of the Chaos Pantheon. Technically should have yet been, but now it's really quite intriguing as has been developed. And we have also the presentation about that, for example, for the Stormcast for the Hollow Knights, but with the Ruination Chambers, that are the ones that are related about the Stormcast that lose more and more about their humanity because they're reforging, and so has a separate chamber about. So it's really quite intriguing, because there is quite a lot of things, but are things that we have seen also related about Jon Scriborn, for example. So it's a really linking background, so not worry about too much. And about the changes in the game that has been brought quite a lot of new things. For example, some things that has been brought about, it's also that has been more interacting about the phases in each of the tools, so it will be quite interesting. More about a sort of systematic development, so a lot of rules will be brought in the core book, so that, for example, for the musician, the standard builder, and so on, so when you see the keyword, the word in the word scroll, you have for sure related about how it works, so not anymore about how much it is or so on, also about technically the wounds, characteristic wounds, so it will be really quite intriguing to see about how it's brought, so to diminishing the things that are associated to each unit and have more central about. It's really to see. I think that it will be quite interesting. Anyway, it will be quite similar about what we're seeing, for example, for the Warhammer 40k. So some rules and so on will be associated to certain rules, so it's not a problem. And I'm really quite intrigued to see about. So really, we can see a lot of things, and there's been also announced a new way to play with the spearhead. That technically it's not something new. It's simply to use the box that could be the collector box, the spearhead faction, or the vanguard boxes, and use them to play. So it's really quite simple about, so to have small playing and fast playing, so using Age of Sigmar for small amount of points, really only it. So it will be really quite interesting, and there will be also something intriguing to discover in the next steps. So it's announced now, but it will be seen more and more about. And one thing to notice, the Dawbringer Crusade, anyway, the books, we see also those ones, the war scroll and so on, updated. So I'm quite curious to see how it will be brought, because I want to remember you that has been announced also the new book of the Dawbringer Crusade, but it will be released quite soon, and quite fast there will be also such new editions. So anyway, remember that there is such things, even if I love a campaign and the background, the Dawbringer Crusades, so think about. So really quite an interesting announcement with a lot of things that are going to be developed, and I'm quite curious to see about. And as I said, has been announced also the sixth book about the Dawbringer Crusade. Okay, it's really quite fast, because if you think has been announced when it's going to be released quite immediately, the fifth book, the Shadow of the Crown. So, okay, we have also to remember that has been announced also the new edition about Age of Sigmar. And here you have to think, if you're interested about, remember that there will be the update about all the war scroll and so on with the new edition, so it's not a problem. And I'm quite more interested about the background for the Dawbringer Crusade, so it's not something that I'm associated for the rules. It has not been announced when it's going to be released, but it's quite fast, because has been released the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th, really quite close to each other, so I'm quite curious about. Anyway, I think that because it's end of March, it will be at the end of April that it will be released, otherwise, at least to have a month to play with the 5th book, because otherwise it will be really quite close to each other. So at least to have May and June to play with the Dawnbringer 6th book before to have the new edition available. I think that it's really quite intriguing about. And there's been brought also a new character with this release, in that it's Abraxia, that it's the Spear of the Overchosen, with this new amazing model that it's fantastic. I love this one. It's quite a lot a bit about other models we've seen, but it's fantastic. I love such one, really. I'd buy even for this, because it's amazing one. And so we had this that has been technically really quite intriguing, the lance that has been given by Archon, and it's a way to control in some way. Amazing. I love such model, really. And has been brought also away with this book that here we can see some things related, and here it's the Hounds of Chaos, so it will be related mainly about, I think, the chaos, so we'll see about. But here something that it's really quite interesting, it's that has been brought also a new way to play with the chaos. So it's been brought the Sword of Chaos as a way to play with, so a sort of sub-agencies related about the Chaos Warriors. I'm quite curious to see, even if I don't play them. And here we can see there is also the new Shiny feature related, and it's really quite amazing. Quite simple, had to admit, but also quite amazing. And really, we can see that there will be a lot here to see, because here there is the last of the books related about the Dawbringer Crusade. So here the campaign will end, but I'm quite curious because technically we had to see which of the cities of the two ones in Akshi and Giran has been founded and which one will last. So I'm quite curious to see what will happen. Which one will be the one that will survive the prophecy that only one should be still, and it's really quite intriguing. This campaign has been making me really quite happy about, and I quite love. So okay, it's going to end, but from this we are going immediately to continue with the new background brought by the new edition. So there will be quite a lot of things to analyze, and remember that I'll bring you the videos for all the Dawbringer Crusades, and also I bring you for the new edition. I only to decide if to buy the set box or the book, the core book itself only. So we'll see, because there will be quite a lot of things to treat, and this it's a good way to move on. So it will be quite interesting. And has been announced also the new army going to be released for the old world. So for now we are seeing Camry and Bretonia and the orcs, and now we have the Dars. And so here we can see also the battalion that is going to be released. So okay, I don't think that it's so amazing, but it's not bad, sincerely, even if maybe I have yet more Dars than here. Okay, because I've seen in the past better things, but anyway, okay. Here you can see so the new book that will be, so the Arkham journal related about the DAS, that I don't think that I'll buy. I bought only the Camry one because it was the one that I was interested about. And here we can see so that it will be new miniatures, even if this has been seen a lot of options. I have also a special version of this, and it's not bad at all. And the revamp of some of the unit, anyway, they are quite nice. I think that some of these new DARs are really quite awesome, in my opinion. We can see also the plastic ones. So we can see that here we had the old models, and they are always nice. And we have also some old models revamp, so that we can see them back. Okay, sincerely, if you like the DARS, it's really good news. I don't like quite a lot the DARS, so I'm not interested about. But there is some old model new available, and I think that I know a lot of draft players that will be going crazy, because these are amazing and in some way are even more characteristic than new ones. So nice, really, and it will be really quite fun. Really, something that if you're interested about, they're nice. Then about Warhammer Underworld with Death Gorge, that see a new box related with 2 new factions available, so 2 new bands. So we have these that are about the cult of Umbroge, and I admit that it's quite crazy, but also quite nice. I quite like these ones. I don't know if I'd like to buy them separately, but they're not bad. And about the Fresh Eater Curse, that see new models quite recently, and here we have quite amazing ones. Sincerely, they are really quite nice. They have quite a lot of charisma, sincerely, and amazing one. I really like. Really, something that I'm quite curious to buy almost. I don't think that I'll buy them, but nice. And so we have quite a lot of interesting things for such period of the Cities of Sigma and the Frischitter Kurz. And then how about Warcry? And here I was waiting for this because there is something that I'm quite interested about. So here we can see a new set box that will be with the faction of the Ossebo Reaper and the Sylvanet. And really, I love the ones related about the Ossebo Reapers. Here we have this that it's a Centaurus. And I want to remind you that I yet made a model related about the Crematorians, but a Kentaurus. So it's really quite intriguing. This I hope that they will be releasing this Sabbath, because I don't want to buy a lot of such boxes only to have the model itself, because I want to have these ones. Anyway, I'm not quite crazy about this, but they're really quite amazing. So we have this, that is the Liege Kentaurus. Here we have this, that technically are a edited version of the Mortar Guard. So amazing one. This has been anticipated and they're really quite nice. Had this that it's also quite intriguing. Here, if you see, it's a recycling of part of the Morgas, because the neck and the tail are those ones. Here we have this that are related about being a Cyclops, because if you see, they have a single eye in the head, and really quite intriguing. Also, this one recall the Morgast quite a lot, really, but they are really quite amazing. So I'm really quite curious, and I hope that this will be supported the band so that I can buy quite a lot of them, because they are really quite awesome. So I love such mod; they are really something amazing. And here we are about the Sylvanet that I admit they're not bad, because this mod, for example, with the beast and so on, it's really quite amazing, full of detail, crazy to paint, but amazing one. Have also this the other version, and they are really quite rich in my opinion. These ones I don't like too much, but they're quite nice. So it's something that I think that I'll fall in buying at least one set, even if I think that I hope in then also so sympathy, or otherwise to find someone that is interested about the Sylvanet, because I'm only interested about technically the Osirk, but it could be quite intriguing also to have a single with all of these. You see about the prices, and there is also inside here such box this that it's a new shanky feature, that it's a flesh eater about the wood, so quite nice. Also this one, it's not something particularly intriguing, but it's nice anyway to have. So here we see also the warband tome that it's related. I for sure not buy this because I'm not interested to play with Warcry, but still it's nice. And so quite a lot of things here that are really quite amazing. I really like. And I had the Chaos Space Marine with the new codex and new models related about. So we have the new Chaos Lord on foot, and sincerely it's not bad. We can also have different options to build it, so it's really quite intriguing. And we have also the jump pack version, and it's quite welcome because it was in some way missing. You had to modify the normal models to have this, so okay. And we can see that we can personalize quite a lot of ways, and I love. So here we have the new codex of the Chaos Space Marines that I quite appreciate as cover, sincerely, but okay. I'm not quite appreciating the Warhammer 40k codices, sincerely. And we have also the new battle forces that are available, so the veterans, and it's really quite rich on model. I'll not see if it's really quite convenient or so, because we had to see how much it's the price. And we have also another battle force available that it's with the Dread Talons. So we had two different battle forces available here. And really, it's something that it's based on foot and on flying. Nice, okay. I'm not a fan of the Chaos models, but it could be really quite interesting, and there will be really a lot if you're interested about the Chaos eventually to see if they are worth, because anyway, it's new models and new rules available with the new codex. And then have Kill Team, and here we have a new box that is related about the League of Wotan against the Cult of Raptor. And here, if you think about, it's really quite thematic, because technically the League of Wotan has been exterminated by the Knights in the past, so it's quite a nice match about this. We can see these new models about the League of Wotan that, in my opinion, they are simply amazing. I love such models. They are simply fantastic. They are really quite crazy. And so we have also about the Justice recruits that with these new models that are not bad at all. And also these that are the leaders about. Sincerely, they're not bad. They are not something that make me quite crazy, because they are something that make me something seen yet. So okay, but anyway, it's a good match because of the history. We have also some shiny future inside that it's not something that I go to call some miracles or so on, but okay. So a nice box and quite thematic in my opinion. So what to say about such releasing? I think that they are really quite interesting. The new edition for Age of Sigmar is awfully interesting. The new book for the Dawnbringers, I think that it's okay. It's quite short, the releasing from the 4th to this 6th, but okay, we take note. Anyway, the models are amazing and so on, and I love the background. The old world, okay, step by step, it's improving and developing everything, so we see. Then we can see about the underworld, and here I'm interested about the fish cults, but they are interesting also the cult of Berogen. About Warcry, I love the part of the Osteoboripes, but it's not bad also the part about the Simonet, and I hope that I'll find all the separate part of the box, or anyway, someone to divide the box itself, because I'm testing to buy a lot. The Chaos Space Marine, okay, it's a continuation of the releasing. It was announced that it's going to be, so we see what has been brought. About Kill Team, I'm not quite interested about Kill Team itself, but the models are amazing. I love those models. Okay, and Horus Heresy and Necromunda are announced in some way, but not disclosed, so we'll see in the future. Anyway, not bad, because there are maybe few things, but quite heavy ones to take note. So, from Dynamod it's everything. I invite you to subscribe to the channel, to ring the bell so to receive notification about new video, to comment under here about this video, or if you want to suggest me new videos. So, I hope to see you again to the next time.